Jeff has said so many smart things over the years, but this is one of the only really dumb things Jeff Bezos has ever said, where he said...
And so everybody believes that the product delusion is the real thing, but for most people, it is clearly not the real thing.
Right. On today's episode, we're going to go deep on the product delusion. We're going to start from the feed, talking about Netflix's acquisition of Warner Brothers. I mean, it's astonishing. Astonishing. We're going to start with the feed, talking about the news of the day, which is Netflix's pending acquisition of Warner Brothers.
Who produces better content? Who has a better product for shows? HBO or Netflix?
We have had this debate for years, and I mean, I think it's no question. HBO has the best shows of all time. They've got The Wire, got The Sopranos, it's got Game of Thrones. I mean, all the most premium TV.
It is the better product, unquestionably. And it is now getting bought by the sloppiest. Why does Netflix win? Because they have 300 million subscribers. They have distribution, which is much more powerful than product.
Yes.
Guy has encyclopedic knowledge, that work friend of yours.
He never shuts up. I'll give you that. So now let's go a little deeper on this mental model of the product delusion. One funny sort of like quote that I think sums up the product delusion is from Jeff Bezos, where he said, advertising is the price you pay for an unremarkable product, right?
It is not actually, this is very interesting. Like, why is the product delusion so pervasive? It is because Silicon Valley culture, and maybe Netflix is the finest example of this, like Silicon Valley culture is so pervasive that everybody believes that the product delusion is the right way to think about things. And for someone like Bezos or Sergey Brin or Satya Nadella, it's true. That is satisficing. That is distribution over differentiation. That is that.
Let's move on to our next segment, Million Dollar Data, where we present synthetic research on the topic at hand.
Product matters first, obviously. You've got to have a product, but maybe distribution matters most.
Okay, let's step into our synthetic salon. We have one of the most coveted podcast guests that you can possibly get. And we're delighted to welcome her to the show.
Parker, we're delighted to welcome you to the show. How are you today?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm doing great and happy to be here in the synthetic salon. So let's chat about how distribution really ends up as the heavyweight champion over pure product superiority.
Great. I have a question for you. So it is about not your product, but your customer, what your customer needs are, mental availability, talking about the customer needs. And then it's finding ways to distribute physical availability, distribute the product. So it becomes, as you say, easy to choose, easy to mind, easy to find, easy to choose, easy to remember, installed by default. I mean, it's the classic playbook around distribution. And, given the choice between product and distribution, I think I would choose distribution 100 times.
Thank you. Grazie mille. Grazie mille
Ciao
for joining
for now.
us. Ciao for now.
He takes 8 expert handicappers and he gives them different amounts of information. He gives them 5 pieces of data and then asks them to predict the winners. Then he gives them 10 pieces of data. Then he gives them...
It's like, let's say, 10% signal, 90% noise. Stocks is a great example of the signals-noise ratio. If you look at stocks every single day, like the S&P 5, I always think of my own dad. My dad's a doctor. He's a neurologist. Growing up my entire life, he would come home, get home at 7, and then he would spend probably like 2 hours dictating his letters to others.
Rolling through LinkedIn, and I saw you and Peter, and I scrolled past through you guys, so I didn't hear a word you said or see anything you said, but I saw you guys on LinkedIn. And I love this because it means we've cracked the code on something super important from a marketing perspective.
40 hours that, like, in some cases is now an hour of back and forth with me and you just talking to each other.
Yeah, this is a legitimate 10x productivity improvement. Legit.
With pleasure. I am your surrealist guide from the realm of the synthetic, a little bit of Dolly sprinkled into AI. You can think of me as a high-temperature imagination engine, here to melt the boundaries of reality and show you just how creative AI can be. So let's dive in.
The concept of best story wins is straightforward. The best story wins. We often think data is the driver, but people process information through narrative. A compelling story cuts through complexity, offering clarity and a repeatable framework in the market. The most persuasive explanation often prevails, not just the unvarnished truth.
In the world of AI, that product edge is definitely getting shorter. The reason is simple. AI capabilities are rapidly commoditizing. Everyone can quickly replicate features, and what used to be a unique edge becomes stable stakes faster than ever. So it's not just about having the best AI, it's about how you distribute it and integrate it into people's workflows so that it becomes the default.